It is a 2022 Lincoln Aviator. This is what she wanted before she got the 4Runner, but you know, with COVID, you just couldn't find them. So it's a Lincoln Aviator Reserve or something. I don't know. It's top of the line though. It's a 22. It's got leather, everything. These headrests actually move out, and this section of the seat moves out and kind of wraps around you. But it is nice. Got 3 rows plus the back. It's got everything inside that you want. It's all that touchscreen crap now. Really nice, really nice. She works hard. She deserves it. So she can get whatever she wants. Plus, I'm happier with this vehicle. When we used to take the 4Runner to Ohio, even though the 4Runner was a brand new 21, it was a nice vehicle, limited something. It actually was not very comfortable on a 10-hour ride. This thing right here, I'm sure it's just driving it back from Salisbury and stuff is very comfortable. I am worried about her hitting a deer with this great big front end, but it's got all LEDs and all that crap, and the headlights move. As you go around the corner, the headlights turn and follow you. But it's a sweet ride. She's trying to get I think she's trying to look like me with the black wheels with the white. But it is a very nice car. And this is what she always wanted, so this is what she got. She works hard, she deserves it. She does a good job, so you only live once, might as well enjoy yourself. So, just showed you the new ride. And I must say, for her 21 4Runner, she put 88,000 miles on it. It was brand new when she got it. But she travels a lot for work, vacation, everything else, you know, always gotta go. But they definitely treated us over at Hertrick, treated us very well on it. I didn't think we would get what we did for it, and then we got a good deal on that. They really worked with us. I mean, they came back 3 or 4 times and kept negotiating, and it came down to a good price and actually gave us a good price for the 4Runner. And so very happy with Hertrick and Salisbury. They did a good job. And but it's a nice vehicle, so she's gonna keep this a little bit longer. This is what she always wanted. She was just never happy with the other one. So this is what she wanted. So we found it. She wanted the exact color and everything. That's what she wanted, so we kept holding out trying to find one. And then, you know, COVID, they still don't have, even though COVID's no longer here, they still don't have vehicles on lots like you would think by now. So we kept waiting and finally found it. Went and got it, so she's happy. And if she's happy, then I guess everybody's happy. She's in charge, so she's the boss. So as long as the boss is happy and then what they say, everybody's happy. So I'm burning we had some straw back here. We had pushed out of the chicken houses before we filled them up. It was last year's straw, but you know, when you move the straw, little pieces fall down and everything. And so before we filled the chicken houses up this time, I always take the Bobcat and push everything out into a pile. So I had to push it out here. It's been out here for a while, and now that we started getting some rain, it was always too dry to burn it, but we got some rain, so I lit it this morning. But with the straw, it'll sit there and simmer. It'll probably burn for 2 or 3 days in that pile right there, and just next thing you know, you'll come back here and the pile will be nothing but like just dirt or ash or something. So I've pretty much been doing that all day today, just watching it. I brought the loader over, pushed it up, got some air going, and got it lit, got it burning. So it'll burn like that for 2 or 3 days, and it'll pretty much be nothing but just whatever dirt was left in there from pushing it out. And so that's about it. The beans, we still got, man, it seems like we still have a week left. Maybe the end of next week we'll be able to start beans, I'm thinking. We had a little bit of a frost this morning, not a major frost, but a little frost. So they're talking about one tomorrow. So if the beans I planted after corn, the later beans, I do have some of them that were really good, got pods, got beans in them. But some of the last beans that I planted just didn't get the height out of them because of the drought. They sat in the ground for 2 or 3 weeks before they actually came up, because we missed a couple good rains that went around us, and then when we finally got rain, it went up. But they sat there for 2 or 3 weeks in the ground before they decided to pop up. They were just waiting for moisture. But they're not going to pretty much make much. There's a couple small fields that the beans are really short and not going to do much. So I'm going to wait and see after tomorrow what the frost is like, and if we can tell it hurt them, because then it's supposed to get nice for the rest of the month here. Be back in the 70s, low of 50s at night, and back to 70s in the day. So we're going to at least wait, see what they look like next couple days. If it looks like they're not going to do anything, then we're going to go ahead and turbo them up, put weed in, and be done with them on certain fields. We still have quite a bit of the beans after corn that we will cut, but just the last parts of them we won't. But if we look at them and they look like they're going to hold on and they make it, because, you know, beans are tough, we're probably just going to let them, you know, try a little bit, because we still got time before we got to put more weed in. And plus it doesn't hurt to get weed in a little bit later, so next year it doesn't catch that frost when it starts to head. So that's all that's going on. You'll start seeing more of the video. We're just a waiting game. That's basically all we're doing. We're just waiting and waiting and waiting for our beans to get ready. It just seems like it's like 3/4 of the field is there and the other just, I don't know, and then when you think they're ready, then we get a big rainstorm or something. So then they put you back a couple days. So it's just a waiting game. We got everything ready. Now, my brother and I just did talk to him. We do have a draper belt that we thought that it could probably make it this year. Get one more this season right here out of it, and then we would change it so it would be a new belt going into next year. But the more we look at it, we're like, well, instead of breaking down halfway in a field, halfway through bean season, something happening to the belt, and then we got to sit out there and try to forward it out in the field. We got belts in the thing. They are expensive, but I bought 2 or 3 extra belts before COVID, right at the start of COVID, because the John Deere places were having such a heck of a time getting parts in. When they had them in, I just bought them up. Even though they're expensive, you know, they're $1,500, $2,000 a belt. I just went in and bought 2 or 3 of the belts. That way we would have them just in case something happened. So I got the belts. We'll go ahead and put one on, I think, tomorrow. That way everything else has been pretty much checked out. That way when we get cutting beans, we can just keep right on rolling. We did the cutter bar, you saw that. So we're just trying to minimize breakdowns. That way when we can get going, because we're sitting here just waiting, we might as well make sure everything's perfect, so when we do get going, we can just keep right on rolling. So it won't take long with that big combine and draper to get some beans knocked out. I just don't want to be broke down for hours in the field. So, and I'm letting the beard grow. I'm gonna let it get out to here, so you'll see it. See you. All right, it is October 20th, and I'm getting ready to go cut beans. But first, I got to put all the shields back on her that I took off from washing it. So I'm gonna put my gloves on. I don't want to get all greasy and then have to get in the combine and drive it all day. So we're gonna just go do. We got all plenished beans except for 60 acres, and we think the regular beans are ready. Damn it. I think the regular beans are ready, so we're gonna go try them. We do got some plenished next door we think is ready too, so we're gonna we got 4 hoppers, so we're gonna try to get into both of them and see what's going on. But I gotta get all these shields on her. I didn't know we were gonna start today, so. But it's real windy and it's in the afternoon, so if there was ever a time to start, it'd definitely be now. But we'll go ahead and get this bad girl together and get rolling. And we are cutting soybeans. This is the first pass across the field. I'm just going across here just to see what it'll do, and then we'll see. Alright, so we just got the machine calibrated, so this is what they're doing. So that's not too bad for after wheat. That's where we were calibrating it at, trying to get it right, getting our weights right. And we entered everything in, and that's where it's at now. I calibrated for corn, beans, and wheat. So once we got the correct weights and bushels, put it in, and that's what it did. They're not too bad of beans. Doing pretty good, actually. They're coming in back there pretty good. Well, I'm still cutting. The sun just did set. I got the first field done, so I came back. I just need one more bend. It's starting to get a little tough and dark. I got a sickle broke. I'm just trying to get one more bend with it, opening up the back of this field right here. But the beans are still pretty dry and doing pretty good, considering, like I said, you've heard it before, we didn't have rain for 58 days, but they're still good. I'll take 50, 60 bushels on wheat beans any day. These are all wheat beans that I'm cutting. They're dry. As everybody knows, in the afternoon, that's about the driest. Right about now is you'll get them before it starts getting tough. So, luckily with the draper, you can cut a lot longer. So, I still got everything in here for corn season because I didn't get a chance to clean the inside of the cab out because I didn't know we were going to cut today, and the boss was like, let's go. So that's what we did. But good beans anyway. For wheat beans with 58 days of no rain, they aren't doing too shabby. So they are what they are. So I got a great big field here. I'm just getting ready to start, but I'm just going to get one bend and call it a night. I'll have 2 loads loaded. We didn't start till 4:30, 5 o'clock this afternoon. So, and it's 6:19 now, so it takes a while to open up the field and everything, but one more bend and she will be done. All the guys, it's early muzzleloader here in Maryland, so everybody's hunting. I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday is early muzzleloader. So I'm working, everybody's playing. Alright, so I just got done with the last bend, load the last truck, and that field is averaging 56 bushels to the acre, 12.7 moisture, so not too shabby. Everything's held up good so far, except for that. I got a sickle down there I got to fix in the morning. I went over to my tool pickup. I thought I had some in there, but I didn't. So I know I got them in the shop. So that is what happened in the morning. My brother's gonna haul the loads, and I'm gonna work on the combine, get it ready, and do some other things. There's the beans after corn. Now we'll have to give it a couple days, see if the frost hurt them. If it did, a couple fields over there are real tall, a lot of pods. The back part of this field right here has got a lot of pods, pretty decent size, but the front part is sandy. Beans they didn't come up until after we got some rain and sat in the ground. So we'll see. Give it 3 or 4 days, and if they don't like they're going to do anything, we'll work some of them up and put some weed in. We did some today. We probably worked up about 50, 60 acres of the beans that just never came up until we finally got rain, and they were so short that I wanted to give them a couple more weeks, see what they do, but we had 2 days of frost, and he didn't think they were going to do anything, so we worked them up and put weed in. So we're going to let the other ones ride and just see what they do, but we'll probably still got 200 and some acres of beans after corn that we'll try. Some of them look really good, and some of them hope they turn out. If not, they'll be put in the wheat. So it's just the weather this year. Just everything that we cut early and got in early came up good, but everything later just didn't want to work. So I'm gonna go finish loading this trailer and call it an evening. See what everybody's got. See what all my deer people got. We'll see. All right, good morning. So I cut this field right here, 2 loads. That hopper went 13.3. That hopper went 13.6. So I could really use the other hoppers, but we got the other truck hooked up to the drop deck with the excavator on there because we haven't got it empty yet. So as soon as we get that empty, I'll get another truck. But I had to apparently my brother Alex didn't tighten that up. I was missing that, so I busted a guard, so I went ahead and replaced them. I had a couple of these right here worn out, so I replaced them too. I have a problem with my reel is worn out. These plastic things right here, you can see where they're kind of ovaled out and there's a gap. Well, some of the vines are getting in there and pinching, then it wraps up. So I went to Deere. They got the new design right here. So I put, they didn't have a 3. It takes 48 to do the whole header. So they didn't have a 3. So I went ahead and got 3 and put them on the ones that are really bad, but you can see it. See the gaps between them. Like this one back here is really bad. So, did that, changed, like I said, changed a couple of these. It's a little damp today. I probably won't be cutting until later today. But I did get this crop deflector. I wanted to try it. Everybody shows that it works. It's very simple. I got it from Shoop. It's very simple to put on because I was tired of the beans popping up here. One thing bad about a draper is you can cut early, cut late, but I don't like the big rock thing they got. Unless you got a Carrier system, the draper will miss beans because a lot of beans sit down there in that big rock thing. It's pretty deep. I'll show you in a minute. But the Carrier system, I've watched guys have it, and it keeps it blown up on here, and it all feeds in. And then this drum, when the beans are going in there, this drum will beat a couple beans out, and they'll fly up here. So this thing right here comes pretty much set up just like you see. All you do is pull it out. It comes in like a tube box rolled up. Pull it out. It's got the magnets and stuff. I really like this. You don't have to put anything together. You just unroll it. And John Deere already has, it connects to these 2 bolts right here. So what I did was, John Deere already had it. I undid the nut. This all comes together. You don't have to put none of this together. You just slide it up on here, put the nut back on, tighten it up, and then tighten this right here up. So we're going to see if it works. I don't know. I don't really want it over my steps because, you know, I do go around and clean the windows, but we'll see. There's a little gap, but when you put the head down, it stretches with these springs, and hopefully everything that flies up, this thing right here will actually be tight. When it goes down, it will tighten up, and it keeps everything sliding in there. You know how when you're cutting corn, it builds up big time. Well, this is supposed to prevent that. I'm sure you still might get a little, but you just take and pop it up like that. Everything falls off in the header. But I'm thinking with beans, because if you see, I blew a lot of it off. I did have beans all up here, and I don't like that. I don't want to lose anything. I mean, everything matters to me. So I'm hoping this right here, the beans that come up, hit it and roll right back down in the belt. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So, and then my Midland antenna broke. So it was a little cheap one anyway. So then I went and got a big one. I'm going to mount it on the handle on the other side. So that's the game plan. So I'm just trying to, I want to save every piece of crop that I can. I love a draper. They do a good job, but there is some downsides to them. Unless, like I said, if you got that Carrier system, I see Larson Farms has it on theirs, and their yield, they say it pays for itself. You know, just the yield that it keeps from running over beans and beans falling off that rock track. I'll show you this rock track, how, and all drapers have it, but they're just horrible. I mean, this is a hell of a lip to get up, and you can see there's beans right here, and them beans, now I did take the blower and simulated what that thing did, and I blew everything up there. you know, that air system, if you see it, comes over and it keeps everything fed up on there, and you can adjust it. I really believe in that. Big time. You know, my dad, he don't believe in stuff like that. He just looks at it as no expense, but I believe in it. I mean, it's, you know, from when you hear people talk, you're talking about 10-15 bushel an acre that it saves you. That pretty much pays for, you know, the $7,000-8,000 that the current air system costs. But, you know, you can't really convince these older people to just look at a header, drop it, and cut, and you just deal with the loss. I don't want to deal with a loss, you know, but it is what it is. There's a bunch of nonsense that goes on up here that is stupid, that we've always done it that way, so let's do it that way. It's so dumb, you know. You got to change and do better. But he looks at the upfront cost. He doesn't look at the cost that you're saving or putting in your pocket down the road over the upfront cost. So it is what it is. So I'm going to get this antenna on here and be done with that. And yeah, that's it. And then wait it out. The breeze is supposed to start blowing, so just wait that out so we can get rolling with beans. Well, I must say, I really like this crop diverter, trash diverter, whatever you call it. Beans, everything's coming up. It's falling right back into the header. Not getting the throat all dirty and nasty. So I will say I do like that thing. When you put it down, there's springs you saw on the back side and stretches it out. And this thing works very well. I really like it. Really, really, really like it. Cut feet. That's the field I got done yesterday. Started this field. And then I got a field back there where I made that bed in last night. So beans are cutting halfway decent, 15%. 45 bushels right here. So first load of the day is always 14.5, 15, then it drops down 13, 12 once you pretty much get the first load out of the way. But you got to get started. As you can see, you get the first bin off and they get dry. Always that first bin of the combine that sucks. So, but they're doing good. Doing good. When I pick it up, that stuff slingshots right inside the header. I'd say the beans are getting pretty dry and they're doing pretty good. Pretty happy. And that thing is still clean. Love that thing. They make them for all different kinds of combines, but I tell you, that thing is a miracle. I watch beans pop up and go on it and roll right back in the header. Love it. These are some pretty good beans here. And they're dry. Really dry. But they're doing pretty good. I love this thing right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see or not. Beans that do come up, roll right back in there. Love it. That thing works really good. Got wrapping right there. Ugh. Still going. It is 7 o'clock. I don't have but maybe 2.5 passes left, and this farm is done. Figure I'll show you the beans. They are rolling in there still. Looks good. Looks good. Very happy. This farm right here looks like it's probably going to do right around 57, 58. So that's not bad for wheat beans, considering that we didn't have rain for 58 days. So it is what it is, but that's real good for wheat beans. I'm happy with it. The back field is going to do like 57, 58. The front fields, I think one did 47 and the other one did like 51. So it's going right around 50 if you want to average it all out, probably. So not too bad. So it's Friday. I'll get this done and go to Miss Eastern Shore Farmer and see what she's doing. So that's probably the end of the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit the subscribe button, please, and just watch. You know, I got 2,000 subscribers and I can't get but 180 views. I'm trying to do stuff that's interesting. I'm not doing anything different than everybody else is doing, so I don't know. Maybe I need to hire a couple more guys to make it entertaining or something. I don't know, but beans are rolling in. All right, see y'all.